Well, there you are. Today's my 62nd birthday. Thought we'd talk about the gardening story we've shared. Didn't quite fall yet, but about this time every year the cottonwoods give me a gift. It's a great present, the first mulch for the garden. As a kid, if you would have told me I'd be out here at 62 raking my own leaves for my own garden, I would have said you were crazy. That just goes to show you how much things change. Making a small change is just to change the way you do things. But if you want to make a big change, you got to change the way you see things. Our journey together began when I made a big change. I changed the way I see things. I didn't want to weed anymore, and I thought folks might be interested. And at my ripe young age of 62, I've earned the right to repeat my stories. So I apologize if you've heard this. The turning point came that day that I was out there weeding and I was just sweating, and I was thinking there's got to be a better way. And I reached in and I grabbed a handful of weeds, and that snake, and he landed over there and I landed on the ground right in the middle of my best zucchini. And that was a good year for zucchini. Well, not really, because my garden was covered with weeds. That garden, that only lasted till the middle of July, and that's how it always was. And I thought there had to be a better way. And we found a few things on the internet about mulch, and that's how that journey began. That first year, we were small enough I was able to cover the entire thing in leaves. But after that, I wasn't able to get enough of any one kind of thing, so we just started mixing it together. And that's the origin of the mixed mulch garden. Over the past 5 years, this garden has grown and transformed from what it started out to be when the critters didn't even know we were here to what it has become today. And by coincidence, we started our deep mulch journey just about the same time as the lockdown. And I thought it'd be nice if we could garden together. Riley, you dug up all the carrots. Come on. Good morning. It is Saturday, January 2nd. Time for a little weed-free review, and you. It's warmed up enough that most of the snow has melted off, but the forecast says we're going to get flurries all day long. We're going to want to button these up again tonight, but I'll need to open them up and see what we got. If you're new to my channel, we dedicate part of Saturday to you. We want to see what you're doing at your house. We want to see what you're doing in your garden. We want to see what you're doing with your harvest. For anybody that wants to participate, just send me an email at waylandsmalley5@gmail.com. So I started asking people to send in photos so we could celebrate their gardens. And that community has grown bigger than the garden has grown. I get messages every day of people telling me how I've changed their lives by just implementing the mixed mulch. They can't believe just how much they're growing and how easy it is. And it's simply, and it really is just that easy. You just put mulch on top of the ground. Yeah, this vine has died back. Whether this has I'm not sure, but I'm going to go ahead and take it because I don't want it to get soft out here. Well, we'll cut it open and we'll see what we get. The initial results told me that the deep mulch would work, but then all the comments and the messages about how it did work for other people validated what was going on. I had to figure out why it worked. So I started doing a lot more research. That's when I came across the life in the soil. And that's really the key. What we're actually doing when we put that mulch down is we're promoting that life in the soil. We're feeding the bigger worms. We're making an environment for all the micro life, the bacteria, the fungus, microarthropods, all of it. And it all worked underground. Can't see any of it, but it's all there right at the root zone. That's right, you want to add organic material. We add some organic compost. Our organic matter Yes, our organic matter holds 10 times more water than just regular dirt. And it's nice to lay in. Isn't it? Isn't it? The silt, sand, and clay is the mineral foundation to all your soils. You have to have that. But how do you get the nutrients? How do you get those 42 plus minerals out of that silt, sand, and soil as plant available nutrients? We're going to cover that in an upcoming episode. Riley wanted to come out here and introduce you to dirt versus soil. That's lesson 1. I hope you got a little something out of this. Now, during the research into that life, Riley was a big part of the garden. He was an older rescue dog, and he'd had some injuries on his knees. We went ahead and got that taken care of, but he just doesn't get around as well as he used to, and he's a lot older dog now. Deep mulch gardening. Lesson 2, life in the soil. Come on, let's talk about it. Knowing a few things about what actually goes on in your garden will make you a much better gardener. The last lesson we talked about dirt, and that's just sand, silt, and clay, different sized particles of rock that make up the earth. Now, I've been talking about the life in the soil. There's a couple things that happen underground that we cannot see. If you don't have a microscope, you have no idea it's taking place. The bacteria and fungus have more than one job. The first job is they build structure. Bacteria creates glue that binds together a little organic matter, sand, silt, and clay, and creates structure that the roots grow into. I always thought the roots held the soil together. It's the bacteria which holds the particles together. And then the fungus comes around and holds it all together. And that all happens right around that root system. You know, along the way, we also experimented, so had some fun. Planted in bales, we set up a raised bed. I still think the in-ground deep mulch is the best. Yes, I'm taking these at blush. We can have that conversation too if you want. But as long as they start turning color, they're going to go ahead and ripen inside just with no problem. That. You ready to come off? No, we'll let you go. There's a little one. Where'd that other one go? Every morning, all summer long, you can do this too. Growing the size of this garden, I figured at some point I'd get so big I couldn't handle it anymore. Not quite there, but we're getting close. There's a lot of ground to put mulch on, and I'm not getting any younger. But the thing that's really surprised me is just how large this community has gotten. I didn't know I wouldn't physically have enough time in the day to answer all the comments and questions that come in. If I miss your comment or your question, I am sorry. There are just so many of them. But there was a theme to a bunch of the questions. So I went ahead and I wrote a book, answered as much of those questions as I could, gave a little bit of my backstory. Now on my birthday, you can ignore it, all this information's free. Go back and look at some of the old episodes. But I think it would be a hoot if I could get up to #1 on the Amazon bestseller list. And if you wanted to pick up a book, it's cheaper than the last bag of fertilizer you'll never have to buy again. And that's not a boast. We've proved it out. The community's proved it out. Mixed Deep Mulch gives you a garden that looks like this. Now, it doesn't have to be a chaos type garden. You can plant nice straight rows. You can make it pretty, but it's still going to be pretty much weed free. It's going to hold the moisture. It's going to moderate the temperature. It's going to allow you to start earlier in the year, go longer in the year. And then if you wanted to even go all year round, put up a cold frame. I'm sure glad you came on this journey with me. Made it to 62 years. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. The hardest work you're ever going to have to do in a deep mulch garden is harvest. I thought we were going to cut this watermelon. Yeah, I'm not going to blow out any candles. That would be a fire hazard. But let's go see what we got in this watermelon. Well, sure. Everybody brings out a cutting board and a knife to the garden. See what we got here. Oh yeah, it's popping. Perfect. And I'm gonna get the heart. To 62 years and a garden journey that's just begun for us. Happy birthday. That is shockingly good. I don't need cake or ice cream. This is pure sugar. Oh man. And it is juicy for sure. You can do this too. I'll tell you what, email me and I'll send you a couple seeds off of this. See if you can't get your own. It's just amazing. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.